Hello everyone, welcome back to our final project. My name is Julius and my partner here is Francisco Burgos.
Hello.
Today we're going to present about the data mining in class engineer 205. First of all, I want to remind you a little bit about data mining. The data mining is just a task of discovering interesting patterns from a large amount of data. Data mining will include statistics, visualization, database technologies, as well as machine learning. Next, I want to talk about the impact of data mining in business and industrial. The data mining can dig out valuable information from database, is approaching the knowledge discovery and improve the business intelligence. It helps to increase the software productivity and quality for a business. Also, it allows the company to find customer buying tendencies and profit trends and other important factors to their business that can be improved. Next, the data mining includes two important parts. The first one is predictive and the second one is descriptive. In the predict, we have three kind of practice. First one is classification, the second one is regression, and the last one is prediction. On the other hand, we have clustering and summarization. It's the only data mining model and task that we're going to use in our project. Next steps is technique that we use for data mining in MATLAB. First of all, we use classification learner. The second one is neural clustering, and the last one is neural pattern recognition. For the classification, we use decision trees to classify our data. The decision tree, which means k-mean, is represent a forecast of a solution to the problem. The popular techniques for the classification and also is handle both numeric and non-numeric data. As you can see, here is the picture of the decision trees. The advantage of using decision trees is it's easy to understand and easy to generate a route for the graph. But however, on the other hand, it's easy to overfixing and the complexity to generate the pseudocode for this one.
Hey, this is Francisco, and I'll continue based off of what Tu is saying. Now I'll talk about neural network. It's used in pattern recognition, clustering, and time series. Like we said earlier, it is basically artificial intelligence, and with neural network it provides algorithms, apps to create, train, and simulate and visualize input data. Now for this clustering neighbor weight distance visualization, we use the business data of the business with their sales for each month of the year, ranging from 1992 to 2016. And as you can see on the upper right corner, the clusters are very light in between the neurons, and that means there's a lot of similarity within those clusters. And as you move down diagonally to the left, that it will start to get darker, and then in the bottom corner there is like one exact black cluster and then 5 like darker clusters, and this would be the businesses that don't have much similarity, and one cluster that has absolutely nothing in there. So we can go on to the next. Here is the confusion matrix for the training, validation, and test confusion matrix. As you can see, the diagonal There's a percent of correctly classified for each target class, which there are 4 target classes. And then you can see on the non-diagonals there's 0, which represent the clusters that don't have any similarity in them. And in the blue box on the right corner, you can see that 100% are classified correctly. Now here for the business data, we made a prediction model in MATLAB using the classification learner, and this one is for find K and N, which gives us an accuracy of 99.9. And here these are model predictions over each month, and as you can see the trends, this will help businesses visualize how their profits are changing, increasing or decreasing over each month. And just right here towards like the center, you could see this one random line with an X as incorrect, but the rest looks good. Now talking about the advantages and disadvantages of neural network. After modifying the data enough, the machine will start learning how to use the data, and then it can solve the problems that the users are trying to solve. Disadvantages is that sometimes it's difficult to understand because like in neural clustering, that's like unsupervised learning. To do neural pattern recognition and clustering, the data has to be numeric for it to work, and then it's difficult to verify because once again it's unsupervised learning, like to tell which business is which cluster in the nearest neighbor weights for the clusters in between the nodes, ranging from light colors to the darkest color. Now here is some statistic measures done in JUMP with the business data. Here is analysis of means, basically for all the businesses' sales over each month. And as you can see, the main thing that pops out is that at December and February, those are some outliers. And here in December, sales go up, while in February, sales go down. And as you can see, it's kind of like a up-down trend from April to September. And as you can see, the majority of the points are in control, and there's just 2 points that are out of the bounds of the control. Another thing we did was with the data of the infertility data, is that we used a fit model with RSM, and here we have induced abortions as Y. And the great thing about this is that you can move the values of the inputs up and down, and it shows you how it changes or influences the Y factor by either increasing it or decreasing it, and it shows you the desirability of each. And also, if you move one factor, it can sometimes change the other factors, the other X factors. So in the figure, it shows that as parity increases, then induced abortion will increase, whereas when age increases, meaning going down the slope, the number of induced abortions will decrease. And here's a data mining course that we had to make. So here you can see in week 2, week 3, week 4, going up to week 5 to the exam, some of the concepts that we'll be learning, like first machine learning, and then classification, concepts of it, examples, and some attributes that comes with it. Then logistics, K and N, Gaussian, and then data visualization leading up to exam 1. So those are some of the material that will be taught in the data mining course. So lessons learned is that data mining can be used on many types of data. It's very helpful. in statistics when you want to forecast trends for businesses or visualize any patterns or any similarities in customer tendencies of buying for businesses. The result of data mining gives new information with things such as decision trees, which help classify groups, and then sequential patterns such as trends of sales or more items bought than others. And this is our presentation. Thank you.